Martirosyan wins a 10-round unanimous decision over Willie Nelson. This was a pretty good fight, a pretty entertaining fight. Nelson, for those of you who don't know, is a 6'3" light middleweight. Right? The guy is extremely tall for the weight class. And in the first 2 rounds, or maybe the first round and a half against Martirosyan, it looked as though Nelson was going to control this fight. And it almost looked as though it might be an easy night's work for Nelson based on the first round and a half of the fight, because he was controlling things from the outside in the first round and a half, landing clean shots on Martirosyan. Willie Nelson has never been known as a knockout puncher, but he was landing clean shots and they were solid. Nothing one punch knockout, not one punch knockout power behind them, but they were solid shots. And he was landing them frequently, alarmingly frequently in the first round and a half. And Martirosyan was struggling to get anything clean on Willie Nelson because of the height and reach deficit that he was facing. But towards the end of the second round, Martirosyan did get through, and that point changed the whole face of the fight, and it changed the way the fight would end up going, because he landed cleanly with a shot. I believe it was a right hand, and Nelson was hurt. A guy who is 6'3", boxing at junior middleweight, you're always going to question his punch resistance because his legs are so skinny, his frame looks so frail. You're going to question, can this guy really take a solid shot in the chin? And the answer was probably not, because every time Martirosyan landed clean, Willie Nelson's was on some pretty shaky legs. Never actually went down, but he was shaky on a number of occasions throughout this fight. If Willie Nelson had had better punch resistance, more of a chin, then he might have even won this fight. But I just think his punch resistance let him down, and it gave the momentum of the fight to Martirosyan, because he knew, psychologically, he knew anytime, he might be stuck on the outside for patches in the fight and Nelson might be doing some good work, but anytime he gets in close and lands a shot, it's going to turn the tables back in his favor. So psychologically, he always felt powerful in there. And it also helped by the fact that Nelson is not a particularly concussive puncher. So all in all, it was an entertaining fight. It was pretty decent. And Martirosyan puts himself back on the winning path again to maybe go to look towards another shot at the world title, or a shot at the world title, may I say. Has he fought for the world title yet? I can't even think. That fight that he had with Andrade, was that for a vacant world title? I can't even remember now. But anyway, drop your comments below. Let me know how you felt about Martirosyan's performance and where do you see him going forward, and tell me what you thought about Willie Nelson. I know there's been other tall fighters around the light middleweight weight class over the years and welterweight, but Willie Nelson is the tallest one I can remember. I can't remember a 6'3" guy fighting at junior middleweight before. The only guys who even come close were Tommy Hearns, who was 6'1". Paul Williams was also 6'1". There was a few other tall guys around welterweight. Mark Breland, I think, was 6'1" or 6'2". Can't think of anyone else. Actually, no, tell a lie. I didn't actually see this guy when he was a welterweight, but there is actually someone, I think, a little bit taller than Willie Nelson, and that was Guillermo Jones. Apparently, Guillermo Jones used to fight at welterweight, and the guy, I think, is 6'4" or 6'5", and he used to fight at welterweight, apparently. I never saw his fights at welterweight, but apparently he did fight at that weight class. Anyway, drop your comments below. This is Hatman, I'm out.